I will continue to let people in. But welcome everyone. We're going to go ahead and just jump right into it. I'm super excited. If you guys are guests tonight, we have a Monday motivation Zoom that we do every Monday. If you guys can turn on your screens, that would be amazing. If you can't, I understand if you're driving or something, that's not safe. And, but we would love to see your face if possible. But I'm super excited because after going to the top 20 regional retreat for the Western region, I met this amazing young woman named Natosha, and she shared so many tips with me as far as reels and TikToks and just all the good stuff, you guys. And I know a lot of our team has been using a lot of the tools that she shared with me, and we've been seeing a lot of success. I'm getting messages every day that say giveaway, or like income. So it's working. So thank you so much. But I asked that she come on tonight and share with us her story of, how she heard about It Works and just share some tips with us. So without further ado, I'm going to pass it over to you, Natosha. If you just want to share a little bit about yourself, how you found out about It Works, and your journey thus far.
Hello. Hi, guys. Okay, that's so awesome that those tips are working for you guys. I love to hear it. I also just put my baby down, so if he starts screaming, I'm so sorry. He's not asleep yet. But I wanted to, like she said, just tell my story and give you guys some tips, and maybe at the end we'll have time for some questions if you guys have any. But I'm super excited, and I'd love to hear in the chat, if you guys don't mind, just letting me know kind of how long you've been in the business, and then who's excited for the bonuses that were just announced, because I know we are all about to earn one and I'm freaking out about it. So like she said, my name's Natosha. Recently it was Natosha Shirley, but now it's Natosha Hett. I was just recently married. But so I joined this business, you guys, 2.5 years ago. When I joined, I was actually working full-time as a registered nurse. And sorry guys, I'm really sick, so I'm stuffy, so just ignore that. But I was working as a registered nurse, and I was working night shifts. So I was literally like going into work at 5:30, 6 p.m., working 13, 14, 15-hour night shifts sometimes. And then, I get home and I go to sleep, of course, during the day. So prime time to be working, I was asleep. So obviously, I didn't have a ton of time on my hands when I joined this business, which is why I freaking love this business so much, because obviously you can work it around absolutely any schedule. So if someone says they don't have time, I just say, I don't believe you, because you do have time. But so when I joined, like I said, I was a brand new registered nurse. So I had just started nursing like maybe 3 months in, and I joined this business. And the way that I came about it was kind of funny, because I had seen a girl posting, it was like a host to post on Instagram for the cleanse. And so I had texted this girl and I said cleanse, and I don't know if she was just like crazy busy or what, but she accidentally responded to me. Instead of the classic like, hey, you want info on the cleanse, she was like, hey, you ready to make an extra income? And I was like, sure, why not? Because who doesn't love extra money? And for me, it was just a matter of like maybe an extra $200 a month or so, because I didn't really expect much of it. I honestly kind of thought it was a scam, to be real. But then I got my first paycheck that was like $50, and I was like, oh, heck yeah, this isn't a scam. Let's go. So I worked the business consistently, even though, I had all the excuses. I didn't have a big following. I probably had like 1,000 people on Instagram, which might sound like a lot, but for me, I just like kind of did it for fun in college. And then on Facebook, I had like maybe 200 friends, but I didn't really work social media much, didn't post a whole lot. And then I didn't really have like any experience in sales. Like I literally, the most I ever sold was a hamburger at McDonald's, no experience at all. And then also just like the time thing, because I was like, I don't know if I can really work this business or not, but let's just see. So I did it. About 3 months into my business, actually right at 3 months, I went to my first conference. So that was the last in-person conference that we had back in January of 2020, before COVID. And it just changed my entire outlook on the business. I don't know, I never saw the chat, but I'm sure, let me see how long you guys have been in. For a while. Okay, yay. Okay, one newbie. Hey, a month and a half. Awesome. Okay, so you guys are familiar with what conference is like, seeing all of these girls literally just like me making millions of dollars. I was like inspired as heck, and I was like, if they can do it, I can do it. Why not? Right. And so I was inspired. I hit Ruby the first day of conference at 3 months in. And then they announced the $10,000 bonus, which they just freaking announced. So what the heck? And I went after it and I earned that. I went diamond in 3 months after that. And then I went double like a year later. So I'm currently a double diamond. And another, like, I feel like all of my pivotal points in this business go around conference, but I think it was last year, I went to the conference for like oh wait, okay, I'm sorry. The first one I went to was, yeah, it was the last in-person conference. So the last one I went to after that was, we were just doing like a meetup, even though it wasn't technically in-person conference, we just had like a meetup with the girls. And so I did that. And 5 hours before I hopped on a plane to meet up with the girls, I actually found out I was pregnant, and it was very unexpected. I was like freaking out. I was like, what the heck? And at that point, I was still working as a nurse. I was actually working as a travel nurse. So I had, sorry, let me see if I can. I don't think I can. So I was working as a travel nurse here in Portland, and I found out about that. I go to conference and I looked at my leader and I was like, I'm going to do this full time, because there is no way in heck that I'm going to leave my baby for 13, 14 hours every single night and miss out on all of these moments. So I decided in that moment that I was going to go double, and I was going to leave my nursing career. And I did that. I did that in May of last year. So a little over a year now I've been full-time with It Works. So for me, I feel like just the only reason that I've really been able to see success in this business is because I believed that I could. That's the number one. I will always say I believed I could. And then the second is just because I stayed consistent. And you guys know this, being in the business for so long, like the only way to see success is just being consistent in what you're doing and believing in what you're doing, believe in your training, believe in the products, get the results, you guys. Use the products consistently to get those, and then just do your tasks every single day. I mean, it's really as simple as that. And I know we like to overcomplicate it all the time, but at the end of the day, sorry, I forget to check on the chat and see. Yes, thanks guys. But that's all that really is to it, is just staying consistent, as you guys know. So that's a little bit about my story. And then I guess I can just share like a few tips with you guys, and then if you have any questions as well. But as far as tips, like I said, consistency, but I am going to speak a little bit more on mindset, because I do feel like that's a huge reason why I'm here. Because before the business, I was a pretty negative person. I feel like just in general, like my whole family was just always like said negative things. We talked negatively about ourselves all the freaking time. And I never self-developed. I never was growing. And so when I joined this business, all these girls were like journaling every day and self-developing and doing their positive affirmations. And so along the way, I just started to do those things as well. And I just caught that belief in myself. And like I said, that's the only reason I'm here, because I believed in it. So as long as you guys know where you're going, you're going to get there. So for me, I always tell my girls, like, know where you're going, even if it's just this week. Just have a goal, write it down, say it out loud. Those are going to be, the ways to actually like see the success come. I think they say it's like 42% more likely to achieve your goals if you're saying them out loud. That's huge. Like, we should be doing that. And I know, Natalie, when we were in San Diego, we actually, I don't remember who it was that said this, but somebody had said something and it spoke to me. She was like, we were all talking, and the one girl, or a few girls, were kind of like, oh, I kind of suck at talking in public, and they're like, I hate talking, blah, blah, blah. And one of the girls was like, she looked at her and she was like, would you ever walk up to your friend and say, hey, you suck at this business, or you suck at talking, or you're a terrible talker? Like, you would never, ever say that to somebody. So if you would never say that to somebody else, then why would you say that to yourself? Your words that you say are more powerful than you will ever imagine. The words that you're speaking, even if you're just saying it as a joke, your mind doesn't really know the difference. And I've had to learn that, because I would say stuff all the time like, oh, I suck, or anything like that. And you just can't say those words, because it really will affect how your business runs. So I encourage you guys, every little win, even if it's somebody posted for me today, or my post got 5 likes, whatever it is, just be really proud of the work that you're doing and speak positivity into those things. And you're just going to see, you're going to watch over time that just constantly flowing in because you're appreciating it, if that makes sense. So God is going to continue to bless those efforts that you're doing when you are grateful for them. So that's a little bit about mindset. And then I would say another tip for me, especially when I was new, was like, I would constantly be comparing my journey to like other girls' journey. And I'd look around and I'd be like, oh my gosh, she's already a diamond. And like, I'm not diamond yet. So like, what does that look like? Or maybe some of you guys haven't hit your goal and you've been in for years, or maybe you just started and you're looking at all these girls' success and enrolling every day and you're comparing it. And I just want you to know that like your journey is your journey, and it is going to look so different than anybody else's journey. Like I don't know anybody who's had like the same journey. I know my girl Kaylee, she freaking went diamond in like 3 months. Like she killed it. So like everybody's so different, and just know that at the end of the day, when you're comparing yourself to other people, like that's just giving yourself, like, I don't know the right word to use, but it's like an injustice to yourself, because you need to be proud of where your journey is, because God has placed it there for a reason, and you're going to hit your goal when you hit it for that purpose. So I remember this story like it was yesterday. I was trying to go diamond, I think, in the business. And I remember I had like, oh yeah, I had just gotten COVID. This was like March of like when COVID started. And I remember obviously I couldn't work. So I had like time off. So I was working my business like no other, because I was like, okay, I'm going diamond, right? I'm going to work my business. I'm not going to sleep. I'm going to work it until I freaking hit diamond. And like, literally I sat on my couch, I remember, for like 48 hours straight, just working my business for no apparent reason. Like, don't do that, guys. And I remember after those 2 days, looking back and being like, I have seen 0 results. I was like, I have done all the things, and I was like angry. I was like, I've done everything. What is going on? And I saw this other girl. She was enrolling like fire. I mean, she was enrolling like every 5 seconds, it felt like. And so I was just looking at her, and I was just like comparing myself to her so much. And it was allowing me to like get discouraged because of her success. And I want to tell you, do not ever look at someone else's success and get discouraged. You need to look at someone's success and get like inspired as heck, because if they can do it, you can. But I remember looking at it and just getting discouraged. And then thankfully I had a mindset shift, and I was like, okay, like I know I did the work, so I know it's going to pay off. And it doesn't always look the way we want it to. It's not going to happen necessarily today. It could happen next month for all I know. And then I remember come the end of the month, because that was the very beginning of the month. At the end of the month, you guys, I enrolled 80 customers as like a brand new Ruby, like insane amount of customers. And it wasn't because of those 2 days that I did all that work. It was because I switched my mindset and I stopped comparing and like looking around, and I just like ran. I remember when I did that, I was doing a lot of host posts. So I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you guys are familiar with host posts, but I was doing it like very, very consistently. And I think that was a huge reason why I saw that jump. And the same thing happened again when I went double. A huge like shift in host post and mindset with that is why I was able to do that. But as far as the things that I'm doing pretty consistently every single day, I'll never miss a day of posting. And I know some people are like, oh, I worked today. And you'll like ask them what they did, and they're like, oh, I posted. And I'm like, that's not working. Posting is not working, you guys. That is like the very, very, very minimal thing that you should do every single day. Like it's great and you do want to do it, but there are other things that you need to be doing as well. So I consistently post, I consistently message, like I do cold messaging, and I message for host to post on Facebook and Instagram. And then I'm obviously posting reels and TikToks now, because that's what's popping off. And so if it's working for other people, it's going to work for me. So I do that. And then I do host posts, and I do my follow-ups so consistently, you guys. Like every single day I'm following up with people. I always go like the next day, I follow up with everyone I talked to the day before. And I try to consistently follow up like once a day for about 5 days. And then when that kind of falls off, if somebody's still not interested after that, like I'll come back to them sometime, or they're going to see a post of mine or they're gonna like swipe up on a story sometimes. So I'm not getting discouraged if like people aren't ordering, because I know they're gonna come back and order at some point. So that comes down to mindset as well. I hope I'm not just rambling for you guys, but I do that consistently. I think I said all those things: self-develop, post, message, follow, host, post, following up, those things consistently. Another thing too is that I always say this, and I'm sure you've heard this a million times, but motivation is crap, because there is not a day that goes by that I'm just like, oh my God, I feel so motivated to do my task today. But I obviously do them anyways, because what is the alternative? Like, think about right now, like, what would be the alternative for you? Would it be, leaving your kids and going off to work? Or would it be picking up a second job, or whatever that looks like for you? Know that that's not what you want. And that's not why you join this business. You join this business for success, right? So just make sure that you're doing that. And then for like choosing something, or we all have that one task, I feel like, that we kind of like don't enjoy doing. So I really encourage you guys, like, that for that to be like the first thing you do during the day. Like, if you hate messaging, then wake up, do your self-development, and send out messages, because it's just getting it out of the way. And then, because I know so many days I'll like go throughout my day and I'll be like, I'll do it later, and then come like midnight and you still haven't done it. So I had to learn how to just bite the frog, or I think is what they call it, I can't remember, but just doing those things like right away so you can get out of the way. Yes, and if you guys need any like scripts or anything, I say I can share it, but I don't know if I can because of this laptop. It's not connected to boards, but I'm sure somebody can send them, or I can send it to Natalie afterwards. If you guys need any messages I use, follow-ups I use, any of that, I'll send you guys. What else? Okay, so is anybody, let me know in the chat, like, what bonus you guys are going for. You're trying to go for a re-rank bonus, you're trying to hit double, diamond, whatever, triple. Let me know, because I want, obviously, for that to happen for every single one of you. Because I'm going for triple. Yes, love it. Triple. Oh, that's gonna be a lot of bank up in here. 20K. All right, Ruby, yes, I love it. Sierra, you have 3 months, so you can absolutely go for that diamond bonus. You have 3 months. I have some girls that just started this month that are going after that. Diamond, love it. Yes, cha-ching, for real. Okay, awesome, you guys. So absolutely know where you're going. That's the first step. Pull out a chart. I know we probably all kind of tossed those here more recently, but pull out your chart. Grow your team, you guys. I know that for like a lot of people, I don't know if this is the case for you guys, but I know a lot of us look at like distributors as like, it's so hard to get distributors. Like, I remember when I first started, I was like, I can get customers all day long, but like distributors, no. And I had to have like a huge mindset shift with that, because my baby's crying. Because at the end of the day, you guys, being a distributor is way better, right? Like, think about how much money a customer spends. They minimally spend $150, right? Every single time, because even if they're just getting one product, they're getting that for 3 months. So that's $150 right there for one product. And as a distributor, they're getting 2 bags of coffee, they're getting Slimming gummies, they're getting Thermopide X, like such a good deal. But on top of all of that, they're making an income, and you can change their entire life. So we really just have to have like a mindset shift about distributors, and really growing your team, because the only way you're going to hit these goals, especially like for you guys going triple, like, you have to have a team behind you. And I know, like, we can all go diamond on our own. I did it. I know a lot of us probably didn't have a team the whole time, but how much easier and how much better to have a team and to like work with girls and see their success as well. Like, it's just 10 times more rewarding. So as far as my girls, like, somehow over the last few months, I've really seen a lot of success in my newbies. Like, they are really popping off. And I think it was not just mindset shift, obviously that, but really just working more closely with my girls. So I want you guys to like believe in the training that you're doing. And if you don't believe in it, toss it and make a new training, because you have to believe in what you're teaching them. You have to believe that every single girl that joins your team joined for a reason. They're not joining just to spend $150. They're joining for success. So working so closely with them, getting on a call with them literally in their first week. Like if you have the time, set up a call, even if it's 5 minutes, right? And just have a call with them and just chat with them, get to know them, get to know their goals. Like what is their reasoning for joining this business? Are they just looking for $200 a month like I was? Are they looking to completely replace their income? Like these are things you want to know, and just kind of get to know them. You don't even have to talk a whole lot about like the business. Just tell them like 4-in-1 girl, you got it, let's go, and just get to know them, because that's really how you're going to build that bond with your girls. And that's how obviously you're going to help them to be successful. And just like really truly, I think for me, just like starting to really care about my girls more and just care about their success over mine, because I can be successful all day long, but like it's just so nice. If you guys have ever had somebody promote like to anything or earn a bonus, like it feels so good to help people. So do that. We have our hands on the most incredible company, the most incredible business. And the things that are coming, you guys, are insane. Like I have gotten a little bit here and there of what's coming, and I promise you, you're going to want to run. This is a 90-day push, and I want you guys to commit to yourselves. Commit every single day for the next 90 days. If you're not successful after 90 days of being completely consistent, then you can come and yell at me, but I guarantee you will be successful if you give it that really like dedication. And that's what I was saying earlier, as motivation is crap, but you have to have dedication. That's how you'll get there. I'm so excited, honestly, so excited for every single one of you, because I know that you guys are going to do really big things. But do you guys have any questions for me? You can do like a little Q&A if you guys have anything.
Yes, I love it so much. Can I just say, like, gosh, being a distributor is so much better than a loyal customer. And I love that you talked about it like that, because I don't know why I never thought of it that way, but it really, really is. Like, that's such a good way of looking at it. So that was so good. And it's so much nicer when your team is winning. And then I love that you're talking about eat the frog, because I do that with like making my bed or like other things, but with the business too, just doing the thing that you least like first, you get it out of the way. So those are some things that stood out to me that was so good. Yep. And exactly. A lot of distributors start out as loyal customers, but you may as well, you get more products with the 149 kit. And then even the bigger kits, like you save so much money, doing that. So does anybody have any questions? You guys can even unmute yourself if you guys have any questions.
Do you guys do any of you guys use TikTok or Reels, or are you more like, no, thank you? Because that's how I was at first too. So don't be afraid to say no.
Yeah, we actually recently all started a new TikTok challenge. And so we're trying to do 5 a day. I don't know if it was you that told me to do 5 or
I think 2 to 3 a day. But yeah.
Okay. We're doing 3. We started at 5 and now we're doing 3, but we all have to put them in the chat every night. And a lot of the girls on here are doing them. And we're using your scripts, the ones that like the giveaway one, and then also the distributor one, and then also the loyal customer one. I noticed that you do a lot with like your team having like before and after pictures. Mm-hmm. How did you guys put that together? Because I was thinking about that would be something really cool that we could have everybody like share theirs, or is that what you guys did, or how did you?
We have a board actually. So we did a TikTok training Zoom just like this, but we like just kind of talked over, and I can send you guys the actual training. I have the training, I have the screenshots, like I have it all.
Yes, that'd be great.
And I think that will be helpful for you guys. And basically the board has like everybody's results pictures, the weights, like what they started, what they ended, and it even has like the wording that you can use on it as well. So it's super nice.
Yeah, because also I did hear that we don't need to use corporate approved before and after pictures anymore. So
that's good.
That's good. Which I mean, I feel like we weren't really anymore, and then do you need to use the IDS, or do we need to do that anymore? Do you know? Do you
Honestly,
ever?
I don't, but I'm sure like if you ask corporate, they would probably say yes, you know. But I haven't used one and I've never gotten in trouble for it, so I'm assuming it's fine.
Yeah, yeah. The IDS is oh, okay, never mind. You do. Meech just said she just got an email, so we have to use the
See?
IDS.
Do it.
I know, just in case
Even
they
if
catch
it's just like, yeah, even if it's just like for a second at the end, like you just include it. I've never gotten an email about that, but I have gotten one about a post I made on Facebook that mentioned the 4K bonus. So don't mention that. But other than that,
Okay.
I haven't heard anything.
Okay. And if you don't mind me asking, like how long did it take on Instagram or I guess TikTok? Because do you take your videos from TikTok to Reels and all that? Like how long did it take of your like consistent posting before you saw like a massive change in your enrollments? And do most of your enrollments come from that or host of posts, or is it a combination of both?
It's a combination. I will say a lot of my girls get a lot of results from TikTok. Like just in general, like they'll be blowing up all the time and they don't even have time for anything else. For me, my TikTok, like it does well, but I still haven't like grown to where I'm going. Like I'm still in the process of growing mine. So I think I'm like almost to 10K now. But honestly, when I first started this business, I came in a little late for TikTok because I was like, I'm not doing that. But I did it anyways because girls were being successful. And it took me at least 6 months to start to see the growth. And really it comes down to like, especially on Facebook Reels. So I take my TikTok and I take the watermark off sometimes and I repost it to Instagram Reels and I repost it to Facebook Reels. Facebook Reels, for whatever reason, have been just way better for me. Like they just randomly pop off. And for those, you want to make sure that you're like kind of mixing it up. Obviously, we know post about the business, post about the products, but also just do funny ones. Like get your husband or get like your baby or whatever and just like make funny ones, because those are the ones that are just going to bring in those like kind of random followers that are just going to help boost your posts. For Facebook Reels, I don't know who told me that. I think it was Courtney Van Auken, but she will literally like screen record or like take a video of a video that is already viral and post it on Facebook. So if you go back and look at mine, I have videos of like the Johnny Depp trial that had like 14 million views. And from that, I gained like I think 16,000 followers on Facebook because I posted those. People were following me on Facebook, and now all of those people see my posts on Facebook, and I get sometimes like 100+ comments on a post because of all those followers. So really just like using, the other day I did one for Friends, you know, the show Friends. I just did a screen recording. It was a funny one of Rachel, and it got like thousands and thousands and thousands of views, which got me more followers, which means more people are seeing my posts. So it kind of sounds crazy, but it does work. You should do that.
That is a very good tip. So you just screen record a TikTok, I guess, right?
Yeah. So I've done like screen recordings on my phone. I think the best way is just to like find like an actual clip of a movie or a video or something that's actually funny. Or if you see one, like if you're going through Facebook Reels and you see just like a random video with like millions of views, you can go and like find that video and like kind of record it. But I wouldn't include like the person that posted its name or any of that.
Yeah. Okay.
Recording it and reposting it, and a lot of people do that, and that's how they get a lot of followers.
I'm gonna have to try that. That sounds amazing. I'm like, that makes sense.
If you need,
yes. Okay, and then you said your enrollments kind of come from both.
Yes. So like I said, I do take my TikToks, I post them on Instagram and Facebook. And then for host to post, I just try to stay consistent. I'll be honest, lately, I haven't seen a whole lot from host posts. So I do more cold messaging. So that's the thing, is being able to like flip and just like be really flexible, because you're going to have times when host post is popping off and you're really just going to focus on that. And then you're going to have times when that's a dud and you're just going to send out more messages on Instagram or do more TikToks, you know? So just spend your time where it's working for you.
One last question, unless I see some in the chat, but cold messaging, how do you normally decide who to cold message and what cold message you usually send?
So I don't have like a super good system with that. I just do it pretty randomly, but I'll go through my Instagram, and a lot of people will go to their Instagram and they'll go to their followers, like the people that are actually following them. And I do recommend that, but I also go through my following because there's a lot of people that maybe aren't following me back, but I'll just kind of interact on their page and they'll follow me back, or they'll see my message in their like request and I message them. But like I said, I don't have a good system, but if you guys like are kind of new to messaging on Instagram, I highly recommend just going like oldest to newest and just scrolling way back and just make your way up. And then also it never hurts to like do unsend resends, which is where you literally go back to messages you sent like months ago and just hold down and unsend it. And then they're not going to know that you did that, and then just send them a new message. I get a lot of people from that because they honestly don't even remember that I messaged them months ago, and they'll ask for info. But as far as just like who to message, so I'm growing my network every single day, right? Like I'm following people on Instagram and Facebook every day consistently. And that's how you're going to grow your network, because you can't talk to the same 500 people every day. You have to keep growing. So I'll grow into that way I never run out of people to message. So I'm constantly going back through my list and like finding the last person I messaged and just sending out 50 messages and then going on. I have 2 Instagrams. So I'll do like 50 messages, move to the next Instagram, 50 messages, move to Facebook, 50 messages, come back a couple hours later, do it again. So hopefully that made sense.
Yes, no, that was great. I didn't even think to unsend and resend. I do that. What's interesting is I'll do it on Facebook, but I don't know why I don't do it on Instagram. Like
that's
it makes
funny
sense.
because on Facebook it like shows if you unsent, but
yeah,
on Instagram it doesn't. They literally have no idea.
I love that.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, Meech just asked, what's your daily routine? That's a good question.
Yes, good question. So I have a baby, so mine is really just dependent on him. But I tried to stay more consistent lately. So I'll give you my lately schedule. I wake up. He wakes me up hella early. I'm literally up at like 6:30 every single morning, which is when my husband's leaving for work anyway. So it works for me. I wake up, I do my self-development, get him his bottle, like all that good stuff. And then I will try, after I've spent like an hour, usually anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour of just like soaking in my time, just like enjoying my morning, then I'll get to work, because I feel like if I start working right away, it just doesn't set my day up right. So I want to like set my day up right, whether I'm doing like a meditation or journaling or any kind of self-development in the morning. I highly recommend, even if you're just listening to music that like gets you in a good mood, like that's going to help. So I do that in the mornings, and then I start and I do my tasks usually like 3 to 4 times a day. I'm just consistent with that. I know people do very differently, but for me, I'll like follow some people, message some people, interact a little bit. I'll do all my follow-ups. I kind of skip that. I do all my follow-ups first, and then I go into all my tasks. So I'll go back to yesterday's messages and follow up. Then I'll start my tasks, and I'll do them like 3 to 4 times a day, just sending out messages, following new people, doing my host to post messages. What else? Posting on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, posting on my stories throughout my day. I hope this isn't too overwhelming, but how are you growing your network? Yes, I actually do a little bit of everything, but every single day I'm following. Like I said, like I'll just go to a random girl's, like I'll literally just open Instagram. I'll show you guys. I'll open Instagram. I'll go to kind of like my most recent people that I've followed. Just because if you try to scroll on Instagram, you're just going to see reels and reels and lots of it works people, at least for me. So I'll go to the recent people I followed, and I will just click on like one of their recent pics that I like, and I just click where it says like 142 others right here. Click on others, and I just look at their profile picture, and I just make sure they look like they're at least 18 and they're a female. That's me personally. I don't like adding a bunch of random dudes. And I'll just go through and follow like that. And I'll do that like 3-4 times a day, 50 people. Like it's not, or even like 25 people, just depending on your like Instagram. For me, mine's not too sensitive, but my Facebook is. So I can only send like 20 friend requests at a time usually. So I have to do it a few times a day. Did that answer that? I also do giveaway reels and giveaway posts. And as of lately, so since since, like I said, host to post hasn't been popping off as much, I'm doing a lot of giveaway host to post. So basically, I don't know if you guys have this one. I can send it, but it's the peanut butter goes with blank, and then it says like you can't use jelly. So what I'm doing with that one is I'm having my friends post that. And so when they make the post, make sure they post it privately, not publicly, otherwise it will get spammed. But when they make that post, so many people are commenting, right? Anywhere from like 10, 50, 100 people sometimes are going to comment on their post. And you're just going to go through and have every single one of those people add you and make a post for you. So like a product post or a distributor post. And that's a huge way to grow on Facebook. It's how I grew from like, I don't know, like 2,000 or 3,000 friends to like 5,000. Like I hit my max, and now I'm just like unfriending people like crazy because I was doing that so much. And Facebook Reels will help you grow too.
I love it. And I just use that peanut butter jelly, whatever one.
Yeah.
And I still haven't even gotten, it's like pinned at the top of my page, and I just go through and ask all those people to host a post for me. But I don't know why I didn't think about having other people post that one.
Yeah, it pops out so good.
Yeah.
Another tip too is like if you're doing host posts on Instagram, like if you have people come from TikTok or whatever, you can have them share a reel to their story for an entry. I don't know if you guys do that, but if you're posting reels, you can just have them share it and they get an entry.
And they just tag you, right? In the somewhere on the, okay. Yeah, I did start doing that. I'm not doing it as much. I'm trying to get that going more, you know, but, and then when you have them post your reel to their story and tag you, what reel do you normally have them put?
So I'll usually
a giveaway.
Yeah, I actually haven't done a giveaway. That's smart though. I do a distributor one, and I also have a I'll show you guys. I have a post that if I have them do a reel to their story, I have them do a business one, or usually it's a business one, but sometimes a giveaway one and sometimes a product one.
Okay.
And then I also have a post that I'll have people do on their story, and I can show you guys what that looks like. It's really simple. I wish I could send it in here, but I don't think I can. Where is it? Oh, here we go. My boards has been so weird. It'll like kick me out randomly. I don't know if you guys just do that. But it looks like this. Well, sorry, Kaylee, I just texted you that. Okay, it looks like this. And it's just, you know, the cleanse post that says, if you could chug down a 4-ounce drink before breakfast and dinner for 2 days, would you be willing to try it? And it says, I don't know if you guys can see that at all. Wow. But it says text detox to, and then it just has a blank box. And that's where I put my number. And they just literally text my number detox. So they'll post that to their story. I don't know if you guys can see that at all, but yeah, I can send that to you. It's super simple. I don't even know where I got it from, but I've gotten some text from that. And then something I very, very recently started doing that I haven't really noticed yet if it works, but I'll share it with you guys, is for host to post with on Facebook host to post. So like I said, the other ones just for some reason haven't been working for me. So I shifted, and instead of having somebody like post on their wall for me, which I'm still doing with the giveaway one, but some people I'm actually having them directly send this picture to 10 friends. And that's how they get their entry, is like they just literally just forward it to 10 people. And I actually got a text from that the other day. So maybe it's working, maybe it's not. But if you guys want to give it a shot, definitely do that. It's working. I think it's working, but we'll see. But I just thought that was unique because like they're probably going to send it to like people they really know, you know, like their sister or their brother, and it's like that person's going to trust them, obviously. So I feel like that's kind of working for me. My TikTok is, I'll put it in here. My name is spelled weird. Blame my mother. That's my TikTok, and that's also my Instagram. And you guys can steal all my stuff. I know Natalie said she does. You guys can steal it all. Please feel free to. I try to post consistently 2 to 3 times a day, but sometimes that doesn't happen. And then yeah, even if like I don't have time to make new TikToks, which I recommend like once a week, just like sitting down for an hour or two and making some. But if I don't have time, then I just repost old ones. And sometimes if you post one and it like is a dud, you can just post it again like the next day, and sometimes it'll pop off. So it's kind of like the most random algorithm in the world on TikTok. You just never know what's gonna work. So just do it all. My giveaway ones on TikTok have been getting banned for some reason. So I'm doing giveaway. I'm going to do a giveaway one on Instagram because Kaylee inspired me to do that. Do you guys have any?
I love it. I'm loving all of this. So yeah, and I steal all your TikToks and Reels, which I'm loving because they're working really well. Like, especially just, I love how simple they were. And that was the main thing, is when we connected over lunch, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is so simple. And you just simplified all of it. And so I know we've been duplicating that. And that's what's duplicatable, is when it's simple and it's not like, okay. But yeah, oh yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just thinking I had one more tip that I recently started doing that some of the girls do. So if you guys if you have an iPhone and you use live photos, I don't know, a lot of people don't know about this. So I'm just going to share it for you guys. Don't already know this, but so if you go to like a photo that you've taken, so I just went to the retreat, like Cassie's retreat, so I have a million pictures, but these are all, I had them all taken in live photo. So I gotta find a good one. Okay, so this is my photo that I had taken, right? I'm sitting in a floaty, cute, but since it's a live photo, it's also a video, right? So what you can do is you can go to the photo and go like you're gonna share it. And then scroll down and you're gonna see one that says save as video. It will literally save as a video and you can use it on your TikTok and just like do like a short video, like a few seconds, and then just use like 2 or 3 photos. So like for the video, it can be like, I'm looking for girls who are living paycheck to paycheck, blah, blah, blah. And then use a cute photo that says I'm hiring. And then another cute photo that says, text me at this number, or whatever you guys want to do. And it's great. So even if you have a photo, you have more content with that. I love it. You're welcome, of course.
I love it. Yes, thank you. And then, okay, it looks like Michi has one question about conference. Yeah. Are you going, and like, how excited are you about this conference? Because we haven't been able to like really meet the last couple of years.
Yes, exactly. I'm so freaking excited for conference because like I said, like it's probably the only reason I'm still here, because you get in person, you meet people, you see their success, it's just an energy that you can't explain, especially like the in-person conference that I went to, like it's huge. And so I will absolutely be going. I will never miss one unless like I have to, but I hope that I never have to miss one, because obviously, like I said, like just being there in person, it makes all the difference. And I think I went from Ruby, so I was making like $200-$300 a month when I first hit Ruby that day of conference, to making like $2,000, $2,500, $3,000 a month within a few months of going to conference, because I was just so excited and on fire. And hopefully some of you guys will be in Punta Cana as well. I feel like it's going to do that same thing, just like inspiring the heck out of you, and just like meeting, Mark and Cami and all the people. I'm sure there's a million people I could mention, but just meeting them and just like feeling the energy, it's so hard to explain, but you will be inspired and you will see success from it, because it's just going to like motivate you in a way and push you to really like work hard for your goals. Yes, exactly. Power and proximity. I will absolutely go, and hopefully I get to meet you guys. That'll be cool. Is everybody going or thinking about it? Because I know conference tickets are going to be on sale in like 2 days. Something
yes.
Like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Buy one.
Yes, we are all going, right? Yes. Who's going? I know I got my ticket. I got Michi got her ticket, and the rest of them are going on sale. So it's going to be big.
Yeah, I'm so excited. And my sister, she's going to be going to her first conference too.
Yay! So exciting.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's life changing. The first conference I ever went to, that's exactly what happened. I came back and I was like charted for executive, went Ruby, and then I went to my first conference, went Diamond. It's like it always happens like that. And it really is that belief that you talk about, because that's really what makes you believe it. It's like this, it's just amazing. Even if you doubt it, it's like it makes you realize, like, okay, if they can do it, I can do it, you know? Okay, so I have two more questions. One just came to me. What do you do on the days? Because I'm sure that there are days that you're like, I do not want to do this today, or like life happens. You know, I know we all have life that happens, and I'm sure if we had time, you would be able to get into like any trials and tribulations that you've been through, which I'm sure we all do, you know? But what do you do on those days where you have to force yourself to be motivated?
Yeah.
Like, is there a podcast that you go to? Is there something that you do to like get yourself to push past that? If that makes
Yes. So it kind of goes back to just like your mindset. And for me, I don't know why this works so well for me. And I know everybody's so different, but like I jam, like I play some music and I just like take a few minutes and I just like jam and have a good time, because you're like getting your energy up, right? And you're just like feeling all the feels and you're excited. And when you're excited, that even if it's not about the business or about sending out messages, like you're excited, it's just gonna like radiate into like your messages and everything. And it's funny because like this is a question that I asked a lot when I was like, you know, like in my business, and like it was more of like, what about, you know, like last summer, or I guess 2 summers, I don't even know. I had a lot of days where like, so my husband, he loves to be like outdoors, he loves to go like camping, we love to just like be out in the wild where there's no service. And so I remember asking my leader Lindsay, I was just like, girl, like what do I do? Like I'm gonna be out in the middle of nowhere, like I'm not gonna have any time to work this business, and like I don't want to miss a day of working the business, whatever. And she was like, just wake up earlier, just do it first thing in the morning. And so I know that wasn't really your question, but just like what I've realized now is like, if I know I'm going to have a really busy day and maybe have a bunch of stuff planned, I just like get up first thing in the morning and I just get as much done as I can. That way I'm not stressing while I'm out, and I still get to enjoy my time, because that's so huge in this business, is like having a good balance and like spending time with your family and not like neglecting your baby and stuff like that. And so I've had to learn that, of like how to balance everything. And it really comes down to just like knowing what your day is going to look like and just biting the bullet or whatever they say first thing in the morning, just getting as much done as you can. And then obviously we're going to have little bits in our day where we can work. But for those days when I just like don't feel like doing it, I just have to remind myself of my why, because my why is so strong. I feel like anybody that's a mom, like your why is your children. Like you just want them to like have the most incredible life. And so I just remember whenever I'm like feeling like, oh, I really don't want to send out messages, or I really don't want to make a TikTok, I just like have to literally tell myself, like, Natasha, don't be stupid. Your baby deserves it, you know, and like just being consistent, I know is like what has gotten me here. So I just push through, and it's really just a matter of like doing it. There's not like this magic that's going to make you feel motivated. You just have to do it. And I promise you, if you do it and you stay consistent, you will see incredible success with it. And that is, I'll preach that until the day I die, because it's the only reason that I've seen success, is because I just do it even if I don't feel like it. Yes, my baby deserves it. I'm like, I want to retire my husband. Like, I gotta work my booty off, but obviously like having balance too.
I love that. And it's so true. When you have a busy day, and I'll know I'll do that too. I'll be like, okay, well, I got to get this done now, because otherwise it's in the back of your mind the whole time that you're like enjoying yourself. You're just thinking like, I still got to do this, and I still got to, you know, so getting it out of the way, it's like, now you have that freedom, you know, because we still got to do the work. It's just a matter of when we do the work. So good. And your baby is worth it. Yeah. Feeling unaccomplished, like you don't, but once you're done with the test, you're like, okay, I did that. Like
Yes.
now I can go enjoy myself.
And that reminded me of something else. I hope I'm not
Yeah.
blabbing too much, but
No, you're doing great. This is great.
it's so funny because this is something I very recently like realized, is that I would have days where I would like beat myself up almost in a way because I didn't enroll. And I realized that it was like I would think that I got nothing done, but then I would look back and be like, you did the things, like you still did your tasks, like you still did the things that you told yourself you wanted to accomplish. And so I want you guys to know that like you need to have grace for yourself, because like I've said, like your results aren't always going to come exactly when you want them to. And so I would like kind of beat myself up and I'd be like, oh, I didn't get anything done, blah, blah, blah. But just know that, be proud of the things that you have done, if that makes sense. Like, know, have your set tasks, have your set things you want to do those, and then don't like allow yourself to feel like you didn't do enough, because you did enough and you will see results from it. But kind of contrary to that too, knowing that sometimes you can send out 100 messages and have 0 conversations. So whenever I'm like measuring my tasks, I guess if you want to put it that way, instead of saying like I'm gonna send out 100 messages today, which my task list looks like that, but I know in my heart it's like, am I having enough conversations? Because there are days you can send out 50 messages and have 30 conversations, and there's days that you send out 100 messages and you've had like 2, so just look back at your day and say like, am I speaking to enough people? Have a set goal. For me, it's like I want to have at least 10 conversations about a product, 10 conversations about the business, and just kind of measuring it off of that, if that makes sense.
I love that. I love that so much, because it's those conversations. So if you aren't having the conversation, even if you're sending out the messages, you won't necessarily always get the enrollment. So that's so good.
Yeah.
Okay, last thing, because I know we're coming up on 8, but this has been so good. Drop a 1 in the chat if you got something from this. I know you guys all have. I can see the light bulbs going off. Yes. So helpful. So thank you so much, Natosha. Last thing, because I know we're talking about these bonuses and I'm like on top of the 4K bonus. Now we have this, and apparently they're going to be something else either tomorrow or on the 1st. I've heard different things, but I know something else is coming, which I'm like, what else could possibly be coming? Right? But what would be your advice? Because I know it's been a little while since we've had, not that long, but a little while since we've had these bonuses out. And it's super exciting. So what would be your advice for people to do between now and this last, like these 3 months? Like, what would you say to that person that's ready to run for diamond or double diamond or triple diamond? What would you say to them for these next 90 days?
So my first thought was that probably some of you guys have already counted yourself out. And the only way that you will not hit these bonuses, I promise you now, is if you count yourself out, because I know I'm that type of person. Like even for like our leadership retreat that we had with Cassie, she did one for like her top 20. And immediately when she announced it, I was just like, there's no way I'm going to earn that. And I earned it because I deserved it. And just know that you deserve it too. And if you say like, I am undeserving or I can't hit this or whatever, then that's going to be your reality and your truth. So I want you to, like I said, speak so much positivity. And I'm talking every single day, talking about going there. So like for me, I'm going to be going triple. I know it's happening. And so I'm going to every single day remind myself where I'm going, and just literally just like plaster it on your walls. Like every day, speak out loud, I am triple, and just like not only saying the words, but just truly believing it and taking the action that it requires. So like for triple diamond, that doesn't mean sending out 10 messages a day, because that's not what, like, you're not going to make $10,000-$15,000 a month by sending out that much money. So like know what that looks like and what you are deserving of, and just shoot after it every single day, because you are truly so deserving of it, and you have to realize that, otherwise it's just not going to happen for you. But I think like just having that belief, having like you're just being committed to your task, your business, and just working so closely with your girls, with your team. I guess it can be guys too, but like working so closely with them, having goals for them, talking to them every single day, just truly like wanting it for them as well. Because I have like 5 or 6 girls that are already like, I want to go diamond. What do I do to go diamond? And like, you bet I'm going to be talking to them every day and just encouraging them and just like speaking light into their business, and just reminding them every day, like that they are deserving and that they will hit this goal. Like they just have to be consistent with it, committed to doing this for the next 90 days.
Amen. So good, Natosha. And it's absolutely true. You are all deserving. We are all deserving. And when we believe that, we go after it. And that's so true. I literally have a thing of affirmations, and it's speaking it out loud makes such a difference too. Not even just writing it, not even just, writing it out, typing it out, but actually saying it and speaking it out loud over and over again. I love that so much. So thank you so, so much for jumping on. I think that's it. Let me see if there's any other questions in the chat. Okay, I think that's it. And I know it's late and it's 7, but thank you. Oh, it's 7 over here. But thank you so much for jumping on tonight. And yeah, I'm just so grateful that you even took the time to jump on with us tonight and just pour into all of us. These are some great tips. I know I wrote stuff down that I didn't even know. And I know that's the amazing part about this business is that, people like you are willing to just share and be open and honest about what's working. And we really are better together. And so these are just some amazing tips that I know I'm going to be implementing. I hope all of you guys are going to be implementing them as well. The recording of this will be up probably by tomorrow. You guys, yeah, just put in the chat. Thank Natosha so much for being here. We just appreciate you so much. So thank you and have an amazing night. And we can't wait to see you at conference.
Yes, thanks guys.
Thank you.